大家好，我是爱作歹的导演朱平，很高兴爱作歹能够参与柏林影展电影大观单元，希望大家会喜欢爱作歹，谢谢大家。
Hello and welcome to the 39th Teddy Award. My name is Jan-Felix Wuttig and today I'm here with director Chu Ping to talk about his film Silent Sparks. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure. And thank you so much for the film. I enjoyed it very much. It is this tale about two former inmates from a Taiwanese prison finding together in their life afterwards. Could you maybe explain how you came up with the idea for the film?
那我是爱作歹的导演朱平，那很开心今天来这次的访谈。
So the story is inspired by the story from the experience from Chu Ping's friends, and they actually experience the same, like the body humiliation, and it either comes from the desire of like the interaction of the physical interaction, or like the desire of like sexual desire in the prison. So that's how he came up with the story, just to focus on the desire from the body with in the prison.
The kind of background of the story, so the background of Taiwanese underground societies and the prison culture, was that something that you knew about, or was it something you maybe researched?
我对于关于黑社会的田野调查，主要的对象都来自于我以前。
So the research basically just a background story that Chu Ping has been in the construction site as a worker, and all his colleagues, like most of the colleagues, they have like either experience in the underground society, or they have actually been in prison before. So it's kind of like based on the conversation with them. And so the research is based in the conversation and their own experience and story.
这次的发想也是透过他们来发想。
Would you also say that the story of Mi-ji and Pua is sort of representative of what happened to the people that you knew? So that kind of the prison is a world in itself, and once you come out, it's something entirely different, and any queer love story that happens inside cannot be continued?
我不觉得他们代表了整个更生人的族群。
So Chu Ping say that he doesn't think that the main character can be the represent the whole group of the ex-prisoner, but what make him intrigued is that in this highly masculine environment, if it is not only comes out from the desire of the body, like sexual desire, sexual attraction, it's what if there's something like more, like the sparks between them afterwards, after this all like physical touch or like body interaction. That is the topic he wanted to kind of like explore more. So like the experience is not really only based on the story is not really based on the experience of his co-worker, but he's kind of like the starting point is from all this like ex-prisoner, and then exploring to like the queer story.
One of the scenes in the film that impressed me a lot was the scene where both characters sort of, well, I don't want to spoil too much, but they both shoot a gate. And it's one of the most beautiful and at the same time one of the most violent scenes in the film. Could you maybe explain the significance of the scene?
因为它整部片其实它的痛调还是比较安静、比较低调的，但我会希望说
So that scene, because the whole story, the whole film is basically like very low key and very like silent, and it contains a lot of like nuance between the two, and the whole is like not filled with a lot of dialogue. So it's not dialogue savvy. It's more of like the physical and the interaction, the connection between people. So so that scene is, if you can tell, is like very different from other scene. It has like different composing and like slow motion. Everything is just like, you know, like jumping out from the same like the tone before. So it's kind of like Chu Ping wanting to create like this like the sparks happen that moment, and that moment just belongs to them. So this is the intention of that scene.
Yeah, it's a beautiful scene. What also very much struck me was the visuals in the film. To me, it reminded me a lot of film noir, because it had this very creative use of lighting and shadow. Could you maybe talk a little bit about that?
关于摄影基调上的选择，我觉得我们还是希望尽
So the whole story, because it's about underworld, so it's based on very like the minimal lighting setup, and it's like grayish and dark environment to keep the character in that world, like to metaphor the underground atmosphere. So even though that scene, the gunshot scene, is like totally, we intended to make it like independent, like stand out from other thing, but the overall general like tone and matter in this film is like very low and dark.
I remember one of the short films you made before, Safety First, also is set in that scene of sort of low income and people struggling to kind of grow in a society that doesn't really allow them to grow anywhere. Could you explain maybe what fascinated you about that subject?
我以我自己作为导演的经验，然后拍摄的作品其实没有算很多。
Chu Ping was very specifically very interested in the, I'd rather say like focus on the topic of portraying the life of working class, just like fishermen or construction worker. So this labor class was what's happening in their life, and what's his story. So this is what particularly interested in him.
现在的爱作歹也是，其实那样子，应该是说我周遭。
Just as an outlook, is there a new project that you are working on that kind of continues the line between Safety First and Silent Sparks, and maybe there's something new that you are looking for right now?
我现在想要写的新的发想，其实是
So the next project he's working on is a salesperson in the fruit and vegetable market. So it is still typically it's in the same working class, but he's trying to explore like some different story within that, like the same similar working laboring class.
Okay, I'm very much looking forward to that. I want to thank you again for taking the time and for being here and talking with us. And I wish you all the best for the premiere and for the rest of the Berlinale. Thank you.